In this tutorial, I'm going to cover how to choose chocolate for the right applications. This is not talked about anywhere on YouTube. This is the kind of information you probably have to learn in school, but I'm going to give you this education completely for free. Now, the fluidity system, the drops you see on the packaging, that will be taught in an upcoming video, so be patient. So, the first thing I want to talk about is recommended applications. Now, based on my experience with brands, Calaboot is not very suitable for ice cream if you want it to come out caramely and creamy and milky. I actually found the Guittard brand to be more suitable when pairing with ice cream. This is because different chocolates contain different beans used in the making of the chocolate. Now, I've tried many cocoa powders. The most caramely one I could find was this one, though it is rather expensive. I mean, I guess it's not that expensive. You get about 2 pounds, and you only need like 30 grams per quart of ice cream, so it's really not that bad. Now, you might also want to get some Guittard 70. Get like a 70. Just make sure this one's not... Okay, I don't think this one's sugar-free, but they have other products that are 70% cocoa powder. I mean 70% cocoa, so I recommend you just combine a 70 with a 100 to get a cocoa percentage of around 80. Just 50-50 of each of these. That'll give you an 80% cocoa dark chocolate. And then combined with this cocoa powder, and that'll give you the best chocolate ice cream. I'll have an upcoming tutorial on how to make chocolate ice cream. I find that these products aren't the most suitable for ice cream. I mean, if you need a chocolate to like mix in or something, this one's more suitable for ice cream because you see the applications are different, even though these two chocolates are different. Now, you might not find distribution for these two, so I'm showing you what you can find distribution for. Now, what about trying to make chocolate truffles? Well, Calaboot's probably going to be the easiest thing you can get because it's the most widely distributed I can find. You can even get this at your local Restaurant Depot. Now, Restaurant Depot does require a membership, and you do need a tax ID. I think you could get a one-day shopping pass, but the only catch is you can't return anything. But my suggestion is if you go to Restaurant Depot and you want to try to get chocolate wholesale, you want to get like an 11-pound block or whatever, try to see if you could find someone who will let you use their membership, and just ask if you could pay with your credit card or whatever. Just get someone to trick the system and be able to buy chocolate, because you might be able to just use somebody else's account, because paying retail just sucks. But if you have to pay retail, Baker's CNC really doesn't have bad prices. In fact, if we search Calaboot, let's say you just want to buy individual pounds of chocolate, the price really isn't that bad. Now, you do got to pay shipping with this distributor, but in the US, the price is not so bad if you look at it. Now, if you are considering getting like maybe 10 pounds, you might have a better price at Restaurant Depot. But the price at Restaurant Depot isn't that much better than this. I mean, and Restaurant Depot only has like 3 or 4 products available, and that's if you go to a big one that has it. So, yeah, my suggestion is if you're making chocolate truffles, start out with Calaboot chocolate, and then when you get good at it and you want to be more precise, you could start reading the list of you could start reading about all the different chocolates, the pairing tips, the list of recommended applications, because if you notice, the taste profile is basically a description, a rough estimate of what it's going to taste like. The pairing tips of what the chocolate pairs well with. Notice the pairing tips are not exactly the same on these two chocolates. This is this one. That's this one. They both may look like the same cocoa percentage, but not exactly. So yeah, you want to make sure you choose the right chocolate for the right application, because let's say you use this chocolate to make ice cream with, it's not going to come out that good. Because when you use the wrong chocolate for the wrong application, It's not going to come out good because you did not use that chocolate for what it's intended for. This one, as you see, is probably going to be more suitable for ice cream and is more likely to come out good. So, when you have like 30 different chocolates to choose from, read the description of every chocolate, every cocoa percentage, whether it being dark milk or white. Try to find a bunch of products that are very close to each other in cocoa percentage that you're looking for, and read the description of each chocolate, and think about what you are going to do. What is this chocolate going to be used in? Is this going to be used in chocolate truffles? Is this going to be used in cakes, cookies? Is this going to be used in ice cream? Ask yourself that question and choose the best chocolate accordingly, because different chocolates are intended to do different things. Remember, don't use the wrong chocolate for the wrong thing. Now, this may seem a bit complicated, and if you want to just have one or two chocolates that do everything, if you're just making chocolate truffles or like some easier applications, Calaboot will be just fine. Watch Calaboot's tutorial so you know how to temper chocolate, and if you're making ganaches, you might have to pre-temper the chocolate before adding it in, because couverture chocolate tends to split in its original state, because couverture chocolate requires a much higher temperature to melt, because it takes longer to melt. Baking chocolate is ideal mixing into ganaches. So that is my tutorial on how to choose chocolate. Again, try to choose the right chocolate for the right application, but if that's too complicated for you, start out with Calaboot and Guittard and maybe some more mass-produced brands. These are a few different products you could choose if you're trying to make chocolate ice cream. You might want to wait for an upcoming tutorial. I'll have a tutorial on how to make the ultimate chocolate ice cream, and it'll probably be the best chocolate ice cream you will ever have. But if you're more into chocolate truffles or chocolate bars, or trying to make the viral Dubai chocolate bar, Calaboot and Guittard are probably going to be your best friends. I find Calaboot has better milk chocolate, while Guittard has good dark chocolate. I guess because European chocolate has better milk. And Calaboot you can get at your local restaurant depot. Again. So yeah, start out with Calaboot. This will taste like the best thing ever. It'll taste like the best thing you ever had at first. And then, years later, you can use Vellerona chocolate when you've worked your way up, because Vellerona chocolate is considerably more expensive, and you really don't want to waste this stuff. So start out with Calaboot. It's much cheaper, more widely distributed, and then you could work your way up to the more expensive Vellerona. Because grocery store chocolate sucks, Calaboot beats anything you get in a grocery store. I'll have a separate video covering Ruby chocolate. But yeah, again, Calaboot beats anything you get in the grocery store. Start out with Calaboot and gradually work your way up. This is probably the best thing you'll ever have. Hope you found this video helpful on how to choose chocolates. The most suitable ones for ice cream, in my opinion, are Guittard. Now, there's some high-end chocolates that might create the world's best chocolate ice cream, but I'm still in the process of trying chocolates and deciding what I like and testing recipes, so I'll make more videos soon demonstrating recipes. But yeah, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found it helpful, and again, start out with Calaboot and gradually work your way up to the better stuff. Start with Calaboot, Guittard, the mass-produced brands you can get for not too expensive. Even with today's chocolate shortage, you could still get these brands rather cheap. Well, until you gotta pay shipping, but this website's not so expensive, so yeah. And you could just skip the rest of the video because it's pretty repetitive from here. But yeah, you know what to do. Just start out with the cheaper stuff. This will taste like the best thing you've ever had, and then you'll work your way up to some of the world top tier chocolates like Vellerona and others. I've never really browsed Vellerona before. This is like, I think, one of my first few times. Yeah, I'm really not familiar with finding products here. Oh, they have a few products, a few different chocolates. But same thing with Vellerona. You should read the description of the chocolate you're getting. They all have their Suitable applications. Good one for ice cream mousses, molding, and coating. I don't know if I like the pairing tips that much, though. I don't know if this one's really that suitable for ice cream. I mean, it's interesting, but... Again, start out with Calaboot. Don't buy Velarona because it's going to be way too expensive for your first time. If you're a professional and you've been using chocolate for a long time, then you could buy Velarona, but yeah. Well, this video is already too long, so I'm going to end it off here.